Hi everyone, my name is Trevor. Today, I'm so excited to share with you an application that I have just developed to manage the data in a hospital called LifeCare. To create this application, I use one of the common Python libraries, Streamlit. See here. Now, I will show you how to run this application in my local host. In the terminal, you only need to type Streamlit run main.py. And then you have to wait for a few seconds. To protect the database, I created a login page with a username and password, so only those who have the authorizations from the admin can access and manipulate the data. Great. Now, in front of you is the homepage interface. The main page on the right-hand side states the purpose of this application. Let's take a look at the sidebar on the left-hand side. This main menu will have you navigate through the entire applications. You can click on this toggle to select the page you want to visit. Let's start with the first page, Database Design. Here, you can see the purpose of this application is to manage the key operational aspect of a hospital, including human and medical resources, and also the customers, I mean the patients. You can also see here what is included in and out of the scope of this application. And the design of this database includes 10 entities or tables such as hospital rank, department, patient, doctor, nurse, appointment, etc. And at the end of this page, I also provide you the Entity Relationships Diagram (ERD) so that you can have an overview of all of the tables and their relationships. Now, let's move to the second page, CRUD operation. As you may know, CRUD stands for Create, Read, Update, and Delete Records in the database. For example, if I want to add a new doctor to the doctor table, I would select Create a new record, and then I will choose the doctor table. On the right-hand side, there will be a form for you to fill in. So let's input some value. I intentionally input the wrong value format for the first name of this doctor because I want to show you one of the improvements of this application is that if the user input the wrong value format, there will be an error message notifications right away. So now let me correct it. For example, the first name of this doctor is Việt. His last name is Nam, and the phone number has to follow this format. His email address. The department ID is number 5. The branch ID is number 2. Before I click on these buttons to create a new record in the doctor table, I would like to show you the doctor table in the database. Let's move back to the Visual Studio Code and we'll click on this icon of database. And we'll choose the hospital management database. And you will see the doctor table here. And you can see that currently there are 15 doctors in this doctor table. Be back to the application. I will click on these buttons to add a new doctor. You receive the successful message here. And be back to Visual Studio Code. And we will refresh buttons. And you can see the doctor number 16 has been successfully added to this database, right? Now, I will show you how to view any tables in the database by using this application. I will choose Read Records. And for example, I want to view the doctor table. You will see on the right-hand side, the result shows all of the information of 16 doctors in this hospital. If you want to save this result, you can click on this icon and you can receive the CSV file in your device. You can also choose any other table to view, such as department table. And you see on the right hand side, there will be a list of all departments in these hospitals. Next, I will select the third operation in CRUD, updating records. This option will help you to change and update any information of an existing record. Remember, of an existing record. For instance, I want to change a phone number of a patient, so I have to choose updating existing record, and then I will choose patient table. And on the right hand side, you have to input the ID of this patient. For example, I will choose patient 1. After pressing enter, the applications will display all of the personal information of this patient. Now, I want to change the last 4 digits of this phone number into 1111. Before I read this button to update, I want you to take a look at the patient table. Now, I will open my SQL workbench. You will see there's some of the database here for you to choose. However, you have to choose the right one, hospital management, and then the table, and then the patient table. You see, this is the record of the patient's number 1, and the last 4 digits of his phone number is still 7357. Now be back to the application, update record, and update the patient's table in MySQL workbench. Now you see, the last 4 digits of the phone number for patient's number 1 has been changed successfully to 1111. Next, I will show you the last and also the easiest CRUD operations, deleting a record. For example, if I want to delete the doctor number 16 from the database, I will choose deleting a record and then the doctor table. And on the right hand side, you have to input the doctor ID, for example 16, and press delete record. We will be back to the Visual Studio Code. This is the doctor table, and I will press the refresh buttons to see. So now you can see that doctor number 16 has been successfully deleted from these tables, right? Let me walk you through the final page of this application, complex queries. So in this page, there are 6 categories for you to choose from. Let's try some of them. I will choose the first one, set operations. You see, the definition of this category appears right here in the sidebar. And on the right hand side, there's some of the query for you to choose from. You can read through it and choose the one that you want to execute. For example, I will choose the first one. Identify patients who have either allergies or chronic conditions. Run this query. And you see, after the execution, the system showed the result of 3 patients who suffer from either of these conditions. I will provide you the SQL query here for your reference. If you want to copy this code, you can click on this icon. Next, I will try another category in the complex query, set operation. And then I will choose identify patients who have changed their phone numbers. As you may remember, a few minutes ago, we changed the phone number of patient number 1, and now it's time to see whether the system has recorded this change or not. Run this query. The result table shows that the phone number of these patients have changed from this one to this one, and the last 4 digits of the new one is 1111, right? Now, let's try one more complex query. OLAF, Online Analytical Processing Function. Okay, and I will choose the last query, rank doctors by the number of patients they have attended. I will run this query. And you see after execution, we receive the result table, ranking all of the doctors in the hospitals based on the unit patients they have treated in the descending order. You can see the ranking in the last two columns here. I thought this is a good query for us to distinguish between rank and dense rank. So there are some other categories for you to try by yourself. However, if you want to write your query, you can click on this option, Auto Query. And you can input your SQL query here. For example, if a doctor wants to retrieve all of the medical records of a specific patient, for instance, patient number 5, he or she can write select start from medical record where patient's ID equal to 5, semicolon. Then I will run this query. You see, these are all of the medical record for this patient. You can see on this day, he or she was diagnosed with hypertension, and on another day, he or she got measles. I believe that from this result, a doctor can get a comprehensive view of the patient's medical history to provide a better consultation. Alright, that's all about this application. I hope you now understand how to use it and manipulate the data in hospital database. Last but not least, I would like to show you my GitHub page. I posted on the course of this application in this repository so that you can forward to your page or you can load it to your device and run the code by yourself. Let's get your hand dirty. I put a link of this repository in the description below this video. Finally, thank you so much for your listening. I hope you enjoy it. See you in the next project. Thank you and goodbye.